Yo, how's it going? I'm Shem, and I'm going to be showing off LEGO Batman the video game DS any percent today. And I'm joined by my wonderful commentator, LaserTrap, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am LaserTrap. I am not pressing buttons and going fast just yet.
Alright, I think that's all we need. So, on go. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you, thank you. So this is any percent, and you will notice that if you were watching last year, I played all levels, and you will notice the estimate is much lower in this category. This is because the ruling for any percent is that we have to beat the last level of every episode of all 6 episodes. So, and this game has a lot of level skips we can do with specific glitches that I will go on to explaining later. So, yeah, it's very short. And each level starts off with a little comic strip, little introductory sequence like this. So we kind of just have to mash through that on the touchscreen, unfortunately. This one is probably the longest, about a minute of just mashing, or timing if you feel like it.
Yeah, there is kind of a speed lock on them. You unfortunately can't go through them that quickly. I haven't often found that mashing helps. So the first mechanic we'll be seeing here is the combat. So I mentioned yesterday that one shot helps us in free play because it kills all enemies in one shot. That's a grapple clip. It's done basically by facing away from the grapple right underneath it and then turning up once you get to the right height, and it sort of zips you up. Have to do a lot of helping the other player out here, but we will see another grapple clip here, and I can briefly talk about fighting again. So enemies usually have 4 hearts. I think they all do. But Batman's double jump slam, or sometimes a kick from a single jump, can knock them down. And then you have a chance, not a 100% chance usually, of then one-shotting them on the ground. So it does speed up combat a bit. Yeah, so you're seeing here, because he has a glide suit now, which Batman doesn't have by default, he's going for the single jump kick.
Yeah, and those can, as you can see, the hitboxes on that can be very finicky for seemingly no reason. Like I was definitely kicking the goon there, but game said no.
The game decided you're a goon instead.
I guess so. But we're going to be swapping off of the glide suit very quickly and instead putting Batman over onto the demolition suit, which is far better in every way, as you will see in just a second. But first, the game wants to introduce to us blue brick machines. So this is so there are 4 blue bricks scattered around a room, and you need to find them, put them on the little scanner, and it will give you an object to progress the level. But they're not always super necessary. So,
oh, I'm loving the little optimizations you're doing, by the way.
So what we can do with the bombs, we can just put them in between, just slightly before a door, and then if we jump as our character over the bomb and in between the door, it will, if it's spaced correctly, it will just push us through and allow us to just clip through the door. And it is the main piece of tech used in LEGO Batman. It's known as bomb clips, and they are incredibly broken.
In hero mode, we're of course not playing all levels, but in hero mode, 11 out of the 12 non-vehicle levels have Batman's bomb suit in them, so there are cases when we want to skip the other suits so that we can keep bombs to do all the clips. It's just so powerful.
Yeah, another bomb clip here, just push us through that door.
Clean so far.
And at the end of every single hero level, there is a boss fight, and now we're approaching the end of Gotham Streets. We've got a fight against Clayface. This one is just a very simple introductory fight. So throw a Batarang from afar to get his first hit point down, and then just keep on using your attacks to hopefully get through his next 2 hearts quickly.
Unfortunately, your brawling fights in DS games, including like your lightsaber duels in the Complete Saga, are like, they will block if they are attacking when you try to hit them. And a nice little optimization here to also speed up fights is using the demolition canisters, or bombs for short as we call them. Taking a death, that's pretty common. It's not a huge skill issue, honestly.
Oh,
Uh-oh, DS capture card.
yeah, I am
3DS
running
capture.
on regular capture, and it can be a little finicky sometimes. I'm not even sure what happened there to disconnect it. I wasn't really moving at all. But yeah, I try and keep still as much as possible so that it doesn't disconnect. If it does, a quick just unplug and plug it back in again will fix the issue. But yeah, for this last hit point on Clayface, what we need to do is we need to set off the sprinkler systems from above onto him. So by pulling these levers, the sprinklers will go off, and the level will be over. But before that is done, I need to start pressing pause.
Oh boy. A
And I
little bit
failed.
early. Okay, that was close, but yeah. Do you want to explain the cutscene skips?
Yeah, so at the end of each level, there is another cutscene just like at the start, and if you pause the frame the cutscene starts, the game is like, oh, okay, they can pause. That means they're not in a cutscene, which means the cutscene is skipped, and saves a lot of time across the run. But the downside is that it is frame perfect to do, and we have ways of doing it, like buffering them from like exiting with B and just taking it a little slower, a little safer. But I would like to at least show a couple off today.
And so while we watch the almost exactly the same cutscene again at the start of this level, um, I will mention first of all that cutscene skips in this game are much harder than in a game like TCS because almost every level has like a complete lack of any kind of cue for the cutscene skips. So we can never really be too hopeful in this game. Thankfully, they're also kind of short. But let's also mention why did Shem quit out after 1-1 Hero?
Well, so I can go to 1-1 villain, of course. And that is
But why would you want to go to villain right now?
well, look at this guy Two-Face. He's got bombs as well.
He sure does.
So that means we can clip through doors, and if we exit a level with Two-Face, we can keep his bombs in Arkham Asylum. And you can also
Now this
fail to clip
circuit
through.
is a bit of a finicky one. I have a slower setup, but Shem's going for a speedy one because he is speed.
So speaking of speedy things, I will hopefully show this off well. Okay.
Oh, that's hard to do. Yeah. So the character management here is really tricky. You want to leave the Riddler on the bottom when you have to use him to jump up. This is the only story mode level where you have more than 2 characters and can actually use character swaps. Ooh, very nice. You're right, that is a cool strat.
Yeah, there is a...
So we can actually now skip this room entirely, but that's a trick that I haven't actually learned yet. So how does that one work?
So that one, there's just a very, very small amount of ledge on that breakable ledge you can get up. And yeah, if you just very precisely time a double jump, you can get on top. And then, okay, I don't think this close to working. Okay, no, it is. And then you can just jump over the gap and yeah, skip a bit of the challenge. It's very precise though. I feel like it's only like a couple like pixels of leniency there.
All right, and this one's a little bit different. Ooh, that looks like it wasn't quite close enough, but we have a backup to use the second bomb. Even with that, you're absolutely showing me up in this level, and I had free play.
This level is like one of the hardest for sure. Alright, Clayface, get over here. Yeah, this is the only level in the game where you control more than 2 characters, so there's actually quite a bit of interesting character management here, of making sure that like your remaining character doesn't get away, and okay. That's slightly annoying. Okay, let's see if I can get this cutscene skip.
About half a second after that's done being open. This looks like good buffering. Oh, dropped it right at the end, maybe.
Yeah, that must have been like a frame
It's
off.
really hard. It's really hard to do. And I mean, again, that's a short cutscene. We're calling it a cutscene. Yes, it's a slideshow. But it's meant to be like a comic strip, and
So we finished the level with Two-Face here, and he's got bombs, and he can use them in Arkham Asylum. So what we're just gonna do, we're just gonna put a bomb here, and clip into the last level of the chapter, which also happens to be a level where we keep Two-Face. It's the Riddler and Two-Face again. So no Clayface this time. He got stuck in the bank, as we saw in 1-1 Hero. So now we're infiltrating Gotham Bullion Fortress with just Two-Face and the Riddler.
And I'm going to take over right at the start of this level so that Shem can concentrate on his newest trick, which has been added to story mode. And that is called Dollar Skip. The intended method of completing this room is a little bit slower. It varies depending on how the combat here goes. And that was alright, but now he has to take advantage of the really dodgy collision on these fences. It's not everywhere, it's actually in really specific spots, and he's taking some time to make sure he's got the right Y coordinate or Z coordinate.
It's not cooperating today.
Want to be, yeah, you want to land right on the top of this fence.
You'll be slightly higher up, because you can kind of see his feet clipping in. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it looks good. And then stop at a certain point on this fence, and up there. Oh no, okay.
Ow!
Yeah, I always struggle in the last part in particular as well. The first two parts are easier than the others, except today we're gonna have to work on getting on the top of this fence.
That's really annoying, because yeah, I always find this bit the most finicky. Oh man, there's just marathon luck. It's gotta be.
I guess so. Yeah, it's giving you a lot of trouble to land right in the right spot.
I actually got a gold split on this level in my practice run today, so yeah, I guess it's really not trying to play nice right now. Oh man.
So if I can take a moment to answer the question in the chat about this. So Seed asks if it's the cutscene skips are similar to what they were doing in the 1-4 race yesterday. And nice job, you got it. So kind of, yes, you are pausing, but the difference in this game is that on the last pause, you don't get to see whether the cutscene is active or not. And also, we don't have to exit area. The game only has to be paused for the cutscene to be skipped.
Right, you can clip into that vault there, but it is very difficult. So I just do the block pushing puzzle.
Yeah, the new tech has not been nice to either of us, but at least you're getting the old tech. I was struggling even with that.
So yeah, now we do this this next from solo Clayface, or solo Two-Face rather. So there's a little security camera. If we place a bomb in a very specific position, we can stop it from seeing us and dispose of it before that point. Then build a ladder up here with Two-Face, and then just run to the end of the room. There's a door on our way. Guess what we do? We bump up through.
Yep, I mean, you wouldn't realize it, but that actually is a bigger time save than it looks, because you're supposed to, bomb that thing, build something to stop the laser trap from being active. Hey, that's me. And then P2 will be able to get through, but otherwise the AI cannot, for the life of him, figure out how to get through.
Yeah, the AI in this game is comically stupid.
And I mean, there's also a cutscene where the security guards come out of the door, blah, 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 and there's a cutscene when the door actually opens that you want to clip through, so hey, that's a clip that saves more time than you would realize.
Alright, now, unfortunately we have to do this, this blue brick, machine in order to finish the level. So yeah.
It's the only blue brick machine in the entire game that has to be used in free play, and there aren't an awful lot that have to be used in story either. So that's actually a bomb box as well that is carrying that blue brick, but that one in particular, I guess it has something to do with it being on a push block track. You actually can just double jump and slam to break it. It does also deal 2 hearts of damage. It's very strange.
Yeah,
Nothing else in the game works like that.
It's a very weird one, because these red and black boxes, they can't be destroyed normally usually just by demolition blocks there. So like Two-Face or Batman has access to in the demolition suit. And a little bit of character management there, just to move the Riddler ever so slightly closer to the lever before I go and pull it. Very nice.
Hey, nice. First try, one pause. That's very clean.
Yeah, finally getting what it's supposed to look like. So
Alright,
yeah,
and as
just
mentioned, Two-Face in the Asylum, which is our villain hub world. So yeah, any percent in a lot of LEGO games, like at least in the 1.0 ones, is defined as simply beating the final level in every episode or chapter in this case. So, you know, after a certain point, we can take that quite literally. TCS any percent is also like this, and LIJ any percent also skipping to the last level of each episode. However, we would need a lot of new discoveries to speed that category up in order for it to be seen in a marathon. And this is the first level where we don't have... Oh, wow. First try penguin clip. You didn't go for that at all last year. But this is the first level where we don't have bomb clips, and that's a very clean penguin clip showcase. What that essentially is, it is frame perfect. It was a trick found by Lord Magecar. And you kind of use a certain setup to clip into the penguin and use a frame perfect input to stay inside when you fall, and from there jump beyond a gate. And I didn't really explain that in time, but I'll have another chance because the villain and hero levels use similar areas, like a lot of the same areas.
oh my god. This is what I mean when I say the AI in this game is really stupid. Like, they are just not cooperating at all.
Yeah, they don't want to stay close to the ledge for some reason. This is a strat that I never added myself because of this exact reason, but when you're using world record strats, like when your name is Shemcat, it's
right, there we go.
kind of a necessity to go for this. So yeah, dropping Catwoman into the water right at the end, so that she can respawn in the waterfall. Kind of a position manipulation that you can do with deaths, at least in the 1.0 LEGO games.
Yeah, and so most of that waterfall has will kill you, but the back end of it doesn't actually have any. It's just there for effect. So yeah, we can just jump into it, either with a double jump or by gliding off that box there with the penguin. And speaking of things that have, or things that actually do have collision, these little temperature dials, you can just about jump on them and then, yeah, just cross the gap this way. And it's a little bit faster than having to build the... Yeah, it's a little bit faster than building the tightrope walker and having to wait for Catwoman to walk over it. So it's a little optimization you can do in this room. And then it also makes our character routing nice since we're the penguin here. And can just go through the travel chute nice and quick like that. Since a lot of this game's puzzles, like intended puzzles that we're doing here in story mode, basically involve doing one thing as character A and then swapping to character B to do the next thing, which allows character A to do the next thing, which is kind of shown off here. So we're going through a travel sheet as Penguin to get a grapple hook with Catwoman, and then going up there and creating another travel chute for the Penguin.
Yeah, we'll see if the AI positioning is nice. It's not, unfortunately. When the AI doesn't have a method of going up, they're kind of programmed to walk back and forth. It's a little bit stupid.
And then yeah, from there we can just do a quick glide over with the Penguin, destroy the box to get the final lever done, and that will freeze over this water and open the grate, allowing us to proceed. And that kind of ideology of like doing one thing to help your character out, your side character out, and keeping on doing that is they tried to do it in this room with the little travel chute there, but we can do a quick grapple clip up there, and then we can just do this entire room as solo Catwoman. So we can jump on this box and then clip up to here, and even though this is a lever for two characters, if we time it very precisely, we can pull them both at once and lower the Penguin.
All right. Yeah, the the double pull at the end is the hardest part. It's you only have a couple frames of leniency, but I mean, couple frames is even smaller than it sounds for that one because you have to do multiple inputs correctly.
Yeah, and from there we can just finish
And
off by building this lever and going through the door to the end of the level. And I was just too late on that cutscene skip. Well done.
yeah, it's all right.
I've got one.
The level was well, no, the waterfall clip I guess didn't go well, did it? But that last room was very clean. We could just call that solo Catwoman strats, and the solo character strats in story mode are probably the coolest element of the story mode speedruns.
That's the chat. Who likes RNG in here? I'm sure lots of you love RNG because there's RNG right now. We need, since we don't have a bomb character, we need to find
right
a character with a bomb. So we found
looks like 7 out of 10 RNG.
What's this guy called again? Two-Face, but
Dent.
Harvey Dent, yeah. So he's just a clone of Two-Face, since he is Two-Face. So he has the demolition canisters as well. So we can do that to clip into our final level, being Gotham Cathedral, where we now have access to the Joker and Harley Quinn.
The worst part of this category is that I think you are going through the hero chapters in 1, 2, 3, but I do Gotham Cathedral back to back, and it's just pretty low. Like it's a low point of the run.
Oh yeah, I do 3, 2, 1 as well.
Sure. Oh, you do? Okay, so we will see back to back Cathedral, but at least we'll end on a stronger note at the end.
Yeah, get used to this little purplish, these little purplish walls, since you'll be seeing them for the next little while. So a lot of the hero and villain variants, they use the same, like, rooms in both hero and villain. I don't know if that's the same in the PC version. Come on, get over here. But yeah, it means we have to trek through the same rooms a couple times. Or maybe do slightly different things in the same room.
I hope she doesn't mind that I'm calling her out, but I just checked my texts, and because I mentioned Z coordinates earlier, Sarah says that Z Cube's alter ego is Z coordinate.
Yeah, shouts
Z Cube is in the room with me right now, by the way.
Yeah, shouts to Zelacube, legendary TCSDS runner, and next runner-up on LEGOthon. So you should stick around for the next round, because we're getting more DS gaming, and a first for DS gaming it as a co-op run, which is going to be huge.
Also donate for the incentive. We need $40 more.
Alright, so now we're just waiting for Harley Quinn. She should come up here eventually. Looks like she's being a little slow though. But yeah, we need 2 people to put pressure on this pressure plate in order to progress the next level. And to get through this room, we just need to beat up these 2 guards. So we get the first one with Joker, and then in the ending lag, we swap over to Harley Quinn and run over to the next guy and do the down attack on him. And yeah, that's just a quick way of getting through. And we'll repeat that here, or at least try to, in this little room. So this might be my favorite room in the entire game. So we just need to throw these two Joker cards, and that'll activate a platform and a grapple hook for us to get to. So that's surely going to be the end of the room, right? That's going to open the doors for us to progress. Now we step on the button, another platform comes out, and another target to hit with our Joker card. Another grapple hook to get up there, so just run back across the room. Build up with Harley Quinn, swap to the Joker to get up there quickly.
Alright, surely this time.
Oh, no. Button drop from the ceiling? Alright,
well,
but that'll open the door. Okay, a lever to pull, that's fine. Okay, the lever didn't open the door, but surely by building and pulling this lever, the door will open, right? Right?
Must.
Nope.
Oh no. What's it doing?
2 pressure plates. But finally, after all that, the door opens. So, yeah, now we can finally progress. Take out these 2 SWAT guys.
Yeah, we see what happens when you don't have bombs, because you no longer have to do any of that in free play.
Yeah, another one with these little Joker devices. I'm not actually sure what these are, but they're a lot. They're in this level quite a lot, so I guess they're
I
somewhat important.
think they're time bombs because he wants to blow up the cathedral or something.
I have
I
no
forget
clue.
the plot because like a lot of the scenes in this chapter seem like right out of Batman '89, but I know they end with the in the cathedral, and that's where they fight. The only thing is, in Batman '89, the Joker doesn't actually have any like accomplices. He has his goons, but he doesn't have the other main Batman villains. He's the main villain in that movie, just him. We also have the big stair climb, another very exciting part.
Yeah, we just need to keep on going up. And yeah, we're now at the top, and then we have to run a little bit down to make sure Harley Quinn hasn't gotten herself stuck. But after that, we can then run back up and pull the levers. And that actually does open the doors. That doesn't do anything fancy. Okay, she is
Oh, she got stuck.
trolling. See, that's why we have to run down, make sure she's behaving. Which, yeah, the AI doesn't like to behave in this game, unfortunately. Yeah, pull the levers, open the door. And then one final room. So this wants us to do a little puzzle on the left side and on the right side. But by being a little sneaky with things, we just have to do the left side on this.
That's right. This is another room where we can do solo strats, or like solo character for the entire room. It starts off with another double lever pull. It's a little bit more lenient than the other one, and you can see he got it first try that time.
Yeah, and then a helicopter will drop this push block. So instead of pushing it in, we're going to jump on top of it. And then from there, we can do some well-spaced jumps to get onto the corner there. That's actually got collision, even though it's technically invisible, and I disconnected my capture card. But it was just a cutscene, it's fine.
Yeah. Not much happened there.
Be good. Okay, good. And then drop down and pull these levers with our two characters, and that'll end the level. It's supposed to have a lot more stuff showing, but it's cool. It's cool. Nice.
Nice. Okay, you got 2. That's good enough. 2 more chances. 3 more levels, but we don't have to skip the cutscene at the end of the last one.
And then what I'm doing here, exiting out and saving over one of my files, which is just to save movement from getting back from Arkham Asylum into the Batcave again, since we need to finish off our final levels. And we don't have bombs here, but this game is weird, and for some reason, if you complete a level in Villa mode, it will be unlocked in story as well, which means we can just run in and do the final levels really easy.
So yeah, as a result of that, I want to take the time after LEGOthon to route all red bricks, because basically just do a villain story run, and then go into whichever hero levels you need. Not all 30 levels have a red brick in this game. It's just either the hero or the villain has a red brick. So there are 15 to collect.
So yeah, picking up a slightly different suit on Robin here. This is the magnet suit, which allows us literally just to go up these magnetic panels. No other character can actually do that. If there's a magnetic panel you have to run up or climb up, it has to be with Robin, and you have to pick up one of those suits. Which is kind of annoying, but yeah, we only have to do a couple.
Yeah, I mean, you skipped over it with bomb clips in the first level. We will have to get the glide suit here, I think. It's a little bit too far to do without gliding. But there is also a bomb suit in this room, which once he opens the door, he's going to go put on so that we can get through a lot more quickly in the rest of the level.
Alright, will I get the bullseye here?
Ooh.
No.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess we can mention, because you saw there, Batman has a fall stun animation falling from a height. Other characters, not all of them, but some characters have that, some don't. Batman is one of them, so that's why you do want to get the bullseye there.
And yeah, another puzzle. Now, basically, this entire level is somewhat trivialized by our funny little bomb clips. So we can place one
This
there,
one's at an
and
angle.
yeah, it's a slightly weird one to do,
That looks
but
good.
you can push yourself through just like that. So actually, I
Both
believe that was the
are in the
first one that was like discovered almost when the bomb clip revolution happened. That was the first one that was found, I believe.
I don't remember that, but you also saw in the last room and this room that he jumps over the enemies, so that means that they won't stay aggroed, and it's pretty useful because you don't want enemies messing with you while you're trying to set up your bomb position. And at the start of this room, he's gonna lay a bomb at a really spot to try and catch both of these goons when they land. Nicely done. Yeah, the bomb timer just keeps going through the cutscene there. The camera pan, that is.
Yeah, yeah. So if you do it like slightly too early, it will go off before they actually jump down. So it's important that you get the correct positioning of it, and don't waste any time when you're in that room. And yeah, this is literally the exact same puzzle, or the exact same situation as the villain variant. Exact
You
same
may notice.
exact same everything pretty much. But the key difference
Yeah.
is here that we have bombs as Batman. So instead of having to like bring Robin all the way up here, once we've done that part, we can just keep on pushing forward since we can get to the end from here as Batman, and then just run into this corner here, place our bomb in a spot, and then jump over into a single attack, and fail to clip through.
There are a ton of different methods to get through this door. None of them are very consistent, though.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest doors in the game. I believe last LEGOthon, when I was doing this all levels, I lost like a minute or so here, which was kind of
I
unlucky.
think you did, yeah. I think you spent more of the time, because I don't even remember if you got it in the end.
But hey, we're better now, and we're now in the what's technically the final boss of Hero, but we've got a few more to do. But yeah, against the Joker. This one's actually a pretty simple fight. There isn't any like gimmicks attached to it. Just punch. Once he goes up, throw 2 batarangs here and try and do it as early as possible. So it's just the least amount of time walking, and then pull 2 levers to send him back down, and that's about it.
Now, the one thing that is hard about boss levels, and ending the boss through punching them, is timing cutscene skips. So, are you going for the batarang attack at the end?
No, I'm just hoping that I get a good punch
Okay,
cycle.
yeah. So, what you can try to do to get a more consistent hit at the end and time it with a cutscene skip is throw a batarang for the last hit, but you do have to get distance from the boss in order for that to work, so that you actually throw the batarang successfully.
Yeah, a nice thing with boss fights is that usually, if you get like one hit, you're probably gonna get the next one, and then the next one from there. So once you get the first hit, you can just assume you're gonna get the next 2 and finish the phase. There, I only got the second, so I had no possible way of knowing when the cutscene was gonna show up. So I had no shot of getting it, pretty much.
Now we're going to Hero Arctic World, which, in my opinion, is probably the hardest level in this run, other than maybe 1-1 now having ladder storage, which we didn't show off in this run. That's 1-1 villain, I meant. But this level has something weird going on in every room. First of all, it's that frame perfect penguin clip again, which he's getting first try again.
Just too good with
Shout
it.
outs to Shemcat.
Just too damn good with it. Then we get access
Pulling
to
a
our
bomb.
lovely bomb suit. Straight in the second room. So I'm just going to lay a bomb here, get rid of these 2, and then lay another one to get rid of this canister. And somehow that missed. That's cool. I don't mind at all. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, sort of Robin to get across this tightrope. Not far enough to jump, and we obviously don't have access to gliding. So we just have to do a little bit of Robin control, get over there. Push this little push thing. Make some platform spawn for Batman to get over. And then we swap to Batman and finish off the room. Or finish off the entire level with him pretty much now. So I can get over there, use the same... invincibility through there, or not invincibility, just lack of hitbox through there.
It's new to me, yeah. That's probably too far, yeah. Okay, that's a good backup strat actually. I like that. If you know you're not gonna get a clip, you can just bomb that to pull down the gate normally.
Yeah, that bomb
But
clip
now
will
here's the
save
really
very little time. Also, a little bit of parkour here to skip having to wait for this far off one, so we can jump off there and get onto that, and then
okay, nice cycle.
get on a good enough cycle to make our way through there, and then bomb clip to get into the penultimate room of the level. And from here, we can do another very well-spaced jump, or just walk off the edge.
Yeah, this is really tricky to get because you can't just hold up against the wall, since the collision is like slanted and it will not cooperate with you at all. You do a well-spaced double jump to just barely get into the loading zone, and all things considered, that was very quick too. This is being quite clean.
Yeah, half the time I get that that strat, my Batman's legs are just halfway into the water, so it must be like a frame away from not working. It's a very, very precise jump, but it saves a lot of time.
Another skip. Yeah, it's another skip that's made easier with gliding, but we don't have that here. And so Catwoman, okay, there is a strat. It looks like it's probably too risky in story if I had to guess.
Oh, what? Not fighting Catwoman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that crashes the game as well, so not so viable.
Oh, I haven't experienced that, but he is going for a bomb clip here, and these force fields are literally built different.
Yeah, you can't actually clip through fully, but what we can do is we can place a bomb diagonally and then run across that, and that will just give us the little push we need to get through the door, or through the force field.
What he also did was he activated 2 camera pans at the same time there, by blowing up the thing you blow up. I don't know what to call it, and also pressing the button on the ground.
Alright, and then we do the same on this side. If the touchscreen cooperates, of course. And then do it like that. What I also do is I start the detonation timer when I start running. Like running against the bomb there, which allows me to place the next one as fast as possible, basically.
You disconnected again.
Oh, sorry.
3 Days Capture doing a little bit of trolling today.
And then, to time this cutscene, I have a sort of trigger, so I want to run up to this line at the end of the slope, and then start the pausing. And it works, just like that. I think
Yeah, honestly, even though 3 is less than half, that's good for a showcase like this.
Yeah, I think that's... that might be the amount that my PB gets.
And the screen is dark and the room transitions are being weird right now because he technically got a double frame perfect. Like, he got the start input after the cutscene skip was necessary. And that only causes the hub to be a bit weird and dark. And
yeah, this game doesn't have any double cutscenes like Star Wars, which I would say is a good thing. There's less emphasis on the
we
skips.
don't need those.
Yeah, our final level now, going back to Gotham Bullion Fortress to take down the Two-Face and the Riddler. And I believe this is the longest level in the game, I think.
Yeah, in story mode, Chapter 1 is full of long levels, actually. Like, Chapter 1 is way longer than the other chapters.
Yeah.
And it ends off with this kind of marathon here. Not a lot that you're going to see that we can do to speed up this room, unfortunately.
Yeah, we just have to do the casual strats, but slightly faster. Okay, that was cool.
Most of this level is casual strats, right?
Okay, that is that is something sort of silly you can do. When you do the double jump slam, you can ever so slightly push the goons to the side, and yeah, if you do that in the correct way, you can just push them into the water and skip having to do your final finisher attack. We do get the bomb, the demolition suit on Batman slightly later in the level, but it's ever so slightly too late to be super useful for us. So yeah, most of this is pretty casual. This is one of the levels that hasn't changed too much since bomb clips were discovered. Mainly just due to, yeah, not really being able to skip any of this stuff. So this is another example of just the Batman design. You need to press these buttons as Batman in order to have a thing for Robin to get over. Since you can double jump with Batman, you can't with Robin. And then you need to climb up with Robin. Buttons as Batman in order to have a thing for Robin to get over. Is my audio doubling up here? Double jump with Batman, you can't with Robin. And then you need to climb up with Robin.
I don't know, is it? I don't actually.
I can hear it on my end. I don't know if it's coming through on stream. Oh, yeah, I know what happened.
I don't know yet.
I know what happened. I think so the stream on LEGOthon that I have open on another tab, that started playing audio for some reason. That's cool. So when it came back, it just unmuted itself.
So the unfortunate thing is we don't have bombs for a while on this level as well. Now, in the interest of keeping the marathon on time, I think I'm going to set up my stream now. Because there's kind of a lot of setup. We've got 4 screens for the next run. Enjoy the rest of this run. There isn't too much left, like 5 minutes, would you say?
Yeah, roughly 5 minutes or so.
There's a fun RNG boss fight, so look out for that.
Of course.
Alright. So, good luck, Shem. I'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah, alright. Alright, so I guess it's solo Shemcat now. So it's another thing. We gotta go up with Robin to go up with Batman. And we're gonna skip fighting the enemies here. It can be a slightly risky play to do, but it's slightly faster, and the enemies can be really annoying. So what I do here is I double jump slam, or I try to if my fingers will let me, and I just keep them in place without like doing the finishing hit, and my cap card disconnected. That's chill. That's awesome. Sorry about that. And then we can just hope Robin will come over to us and not get distracted by the guards. There we go. Nice one, Robin. Alright, this room wants us to pick up the glide suit with Batman, but we can just skip that. Thankfully for us. So there will be enemies that spawn in a second after I build this ladder. We actually do want to kill them because they can be really, really annoying and crash the game if you don't. So that is something you do not want to see in a marathon, especially if you're on PB pace or anything. So just jump to the top of the ladder with Batman to skip having to climb it the whole way. Then with a well-spaced jump, you can skip over that. But I'm bad, so I guess we're not. Oh my goodness. Come on, streamer. A nice thing with like with how like momentum works in this game is that you basically go to your full speed straight away, so you don't need to take a run up or anything before doing a jump. You can just do it straight there. So it's pretty nice in that regard for just backing up jumps like that and yeah, not having to worry too much. And it also lets you, say, flip your momentum in the air instantaneously, which can be useful if you see you're gonna mess a jump, and without having to commit to it, you can just back out straight away, which is nice and yeah, won't make your mistakes too bad. Alright, even though that was a really precise jump we had to do to get over there as Batman, the AI is somehow smart enough to get over there on their own, so we can just let them do that. And then swap to Batman, do this other funny jump to get over there. And then finally, at last, we get the demolition suit. As soon as you jump onto that double pressure plate, if you jump off with Batman and do a double jump, you can barely squeeze out enough height to get there. That is very, very precise, actually. There is a surprising lack of time you need to go in. So now we're in the final boss gauntlet of Two-Face and the Riddler. So first up, Two-Face. This is, I guess fitting the nature of Two-Face, a coin flip. Just, yeah, lots of RNG here. So he will either go left or right. And ideally, we want to pull these levers as little as possible. that is the worst way he can start the fight, by going to the left, since it means you have to pull it twice. But so now he can either go right once or right twice. We want him to go right twice, so we don't have to pull the lever. But of course, he goes right once. So we just pull the lever and then throw a batarang to knock the money bag down. And then this final phase, it'll be a cage, so we just trap him. Okay, we got the worst possible RNG in this fight, of going to the left and then to the right once and then to the left again. That is the maximum amount of lever pulls you can see in this room without messing anything up. So that's awesome. Classic Marathon. Classic 3DS capture card. Okay. Don't know why it's playing up. Don't know why it's doing that. And if we stand on that ledge, we can just skip having to blow up that thing and build a ladder, which is a little bit of a time save. However, the main issue with that strat is that the little fence there does not like to cooperate. It can be really, really annoying in terms of that. And we have to wait for, on the conveyor belt, for that to fall, so that we don't get crushed before fighting Two-Face. He will just like to run through this room, and we've got to make sure we keep on cycle. So now we're going for this specific cycle, since we need to get on top of that that thing that's falling down. So we jump over this way, wait for this to fall down, and then wait for the next thing to fall down, and then we can hopefully run as fast as we can to get to this as it falls. Nice! And then throw a batarang from afar, and then one more hit, and Riddle will be onto the next phase. So after we've got through this next bit, this is the final phase of Riddler once we get to fighting him. So we've got to now wait for Robin to show up with us. So swap to him. Then he can go through the travel chute, let Batman come with us. And swap to Batman, let Robin come with us by using double jumps. We can run through this. Once we've pulled the lever, the hitboxes on these money bags become invisible. Yeah, they just disappear. So we can just run through. Easy like that. Pull the lever with Batman. Robin will come over. The lever timer will run out, so we have to pull it again. But that's fine, since pulling the lever will draw Robin to you. So chill. And then time's coming up in a second, so throw one batarang and then one more hit. And that's time. So that is LEGO Batman, the video game DS any %. That was not a good run. That was like a 46, I reckon. I don't have my timer up. What was that? Oh my god, that was a 47. That's yeah, not great. Bro, why is my DS capture card disconnecting again? But yeah, that isn't the greatest run, but it showed off everything eventually. Yeah, it can be a fairly tricky category. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't had enough of DS LEGO, stay tuned for the next run. It is Collectible Rush Co-op with Laser Trap and Zelda Cubed. And if you haven't had enough after that, on ESA's second channel, ESA 2, I will be doing LEGO Star Wars free play on the 26th of this month. So you wanna watch that? Smile. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you, everyone. See ya.